Right, with the first week of the Premier League nearly over, the last couple of games are being played today on Sunday, but I thought I would take a look at the results over the weekend and find out if there are any shocks on the cards, find out who the who the front runners are looking to be, any kind of things that may upset the apple cart in terms of this Premier League season. Let's have a look at the scores and see what happens. Okay, so this is the first week now of the new season, and there have been some things that have been a little bit, a little bit shocking, shall we say, but other things have been really quite predictable. Manchester City beating Burnley 3-0. I think that was a predictable result. I think Manchester City have come out working really well. Haaland's got 2 goals already this season, so I think that he seems to be back on form after his 6th game without scoring. Predictable for me. Arsenal 2, Nottingham Forest 1. I think another predictable result. I think Arsenal are going to be trying their best to push from the very beginning this time and to try and maintain that momentum. I think that's what it's all about this season. I think it's maintaining the momentum that they had early part of last season and keeping it going to the end of the season. I think they could well be there or thereabouts. I think it's going to be another tight season between Manchester City and Arsenal. But let me know down in the comments whether you agree with that or not. Sheffield United Palace, this was a bit of a surprise for me because obviously Palace are a little bit thin on the ground in terms of squad and they've lost a couple of players, but Sheffield United didn't play well. They played really badly, so I think they are going to be one of the teams that could be looking at an early drop if they're not careful. They need to start picking up their pace a little bit. Bournemouth West Ham, a little bit of a shock. I was expecting West Ham to walk away with this game. Bournemouth came back well in the end to get the equaliser, but I think West Ham kind of let that game go, which is a bit of a shame, but it's the first game of the season. Brighton 4, Luton 1. Very predictable as well. I think Luton Town are going to struggle this season. I don't want them to. I think they're a good little club, but I think that they are going to struggle in the Premier League. And Brighton, of course, starting strongly as they mean to go on. Everton, Fulham. Not so much of a shock. I think Fulham are a good team, but I think Everton are at the moment in a bit of a dire straits. So hopefully they'll be able to turn that around pretty soon. Newcastle 5, Villa 1. Again, not really much of a shock. Newcastle are, trying to push forward, trying to be one of those top teams, and I think that if they continue the way they are going to be there or thereabouts. Brentford, Tottenham, that's playing today. You've got Chelsea, Liverpool playing today, and you've got Man United, Wolves playing today. I think that Brentford could have a tough game against Tottenham, but I think they've got a chance. I mean, Harry Kane isn't there anymore, and I know he's not the only player that's good at Tottenham, but I think Brentford would be much happier him not being on the pitch than being there. So that's going to be a tight game. Chelsea-Liverpool is going to be a very tight game. I think probably it's going to end up a draw. I think it's going to be 2-2 Chelsea-Liverpool. I think it's going to be a close game for them. And looking back to Man United Wolves, I think Man United, this is tomorrow's game by the way, I think Man United are going to win that. I think they're going to beat Wolves probably 2-1. But anyway, if you disagree with any of these predictions or anything that I've said here, do let me know down in the comments. I'd also like to know if this is one of your teams on here. Let me know what you think about the first game of the season, whether you believe that you've actually played as well as you thought you were going to, whether it was a bit of a shock or a bit of a surprise. Love to hear your thoughts as always, and don't forget to subscribe for more football news.